Oh my goodness, we're live. We're live. I got my man Doug back there. He is not just Doug; he's the Doug. Uh, yeah. We're gonna get going. Of course, like a dummy, my pencil needed charging. So we're gonna kill a little time right before we draw, just so you can see what's new, what's happening, what's going on. Let's see. Here we go. Let's add the stage. Let's make that this version. Here we are, making it this version. I'm looking at this screen here. It's a different camera than that one, even though I just calibrated it. We're gonna put on some music in a second, but you can see over here that the iPad Pencil, the Apple Pencil, is loading up. I want to say what's up to folks in the chat. Let's say hello to everybody. Oh, heck yeah. My man Stephen De La Vega is in the house. How are you, sir? Good to see you. And he says, hey, Dan, I finally get to catch one of these live. Hope I'm doing good. I am. I'm doing wonderfully. Thank you so much. We got Brian Blevins in the house. Hey, Brian, I owe you a call, man. I saw you called, and I need to call you back. Dan Genovese is here. Tokame, what's up, man? Moromi's here. Death Metal Hero is here. Hello, hello. We got Kirk Fassy. We got, he says about that. Oh, I don't know. I'm 6'2". You know, Jay Lee's in the house. Leg Kick is here. Prater's here. A lot of familiar faces. Really, I love seeing this. Joe Bernardo's here. Mike McMahon is here. You need two. I do have two. You're right. I should just get that other one. It's a spare in case I lose it, but that's a good one. Greetings from the train. All right. Greetings from the train. Oh, yo, Scanlon. This guy back here, Doug. One of these days, you guys need to talk. This guy is the inventor of many beers here in Macon. And my friend Brian, he's an inventor of many beers and works at breweries in California.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Congrats to Shane Davis on hitting over 100,000. That's awesome. Congrats, Shane. Hey, Frega, everyone who isn't filled with hate is pulling for me. Thank you, man. What's up, Smokey the Concat? Adelso! What is up? If you guys don't follow Adelso, you need to. Incredible artist, amazing inker. Probably one of my top 5 favorite inkers of all time. You guys need to follow him. If you don't follow him on YouTube, Instagram. Amazing talent. All right, let's. I think that's probably charged enough over there. Trying to think of what we should dig into. We can dig into something we haven't worked on yet together, at least. This one here, this is right after they've landed. So I've got a lot of the gestures put in there, but you can see, like, I haven't even put Geisha's armor on her yet. I got Sniper figured out. I got Bubble figured out. Even though she's back behind Rascal, I got Rascal pretty much figured out. This panel here is another one of those, the monster coming at them. They see it. Sniper is kind of assessing things. We get a bunch of those Landstorm guys getting ripped apart by the monster. And so you can see here that this probably looks like scribbles to people, which, you know, it is scribbly, but for me it's an extreme upshot looking up at Sniper, and as Sniper's looking down, and he sees one of his former team members, who you know, he looks exactly like Gary from Nerdrotic, because Gary wanted to get killed in the book, so I made him one of the mech soldiers. So that on the next page, we get to kill Gary, which will be a lot of fun. So if you guys you want me to dip into this, we can. I don't even know if I have this set up yet. Yeah, look at that. We don't even have the blue the blue in there yet. This page was set up and to go, and then this right here was you see me do this during what's up, Austin? Good to see you. Another making staple. Yeah, this one. That's what I'm saying. I got pages. I've been working this as much as I can, and things are in different stages. And you know, a lot of times I just didn't feel like, hey, this is worthy of an update here. But if you guys like seeing this stuff, I don't mind posting it. And you could see here too. See those little circles up above the characters? Those are spaces for word balloons. Okay, I'm gonna go. Let's take out our reference image, and we will then uh, create a new layer here, which will be this. We set this to screen. All you Procreate people, see how I'm able to do different ways of blending that blue. Ooh, overlays interesting. That's really interesting. I kind of like that, but what ends up happening then though is I would probably need to put uh, uh, an extra layer in here of all white, right, like this, and then adjust the opacity of that. That's a way to do it, you know, because I do like the feel of that. Or like I said, we can go in and just set it to screen, which is the same, pretty much the same thing, though without having to make this new layer. And this is an old iPad. This, if you guys want to see um, that what I'm working on right here. Look at this. This is the iPad version 16, iPad Pro 12.9. A lot of people ask me what kind of uh, hardware I recommend. And if you're starting out and you're on a budget, I recommend going and getting yourself one of these because it's a lot cheaper. You know, let's see, iPad 16.710. Let's just look it up. Okay. iPad. Come on, that's not what I'm looking for. iPad 16.7.10. So that's the iPad version, right? So let's go to shopping. Okay. iPad Pro. We got to put it in quotes because otherwise it'll try to sell us all the other goodness that they got. Right. So boom, we need to have that in it. There you go. You can get yourself, you know, one of these probably for, you know, maybe $300. Let's go here back to this. Let's get out of shopping though. I don't want to be in shopping anymore. No more shopping results. Let's just do this, this, go back, go back, go back. First generation. Boom. This is what they're talking about. This looks like it's an issue with theirs, but it is the first generation iPad Pro. Uh, let me see. Here we go. First generation. This is a 9.7, right? For on eBay. This is a smaller than the one I'm working on right now, which is the 12.9. But look at that, $114. And it'll work with an iPad Pencil, the first generation iPad Pencil. So probably for under $200, you can get this in Procreate and work on the 9.7. You can get the 12.9 for a bit more, but again, I try to tell people that this workflow isn't as expensive as you think it might be. You know, you don't have to go in for thousands of dollars. That what does it say? That sniper face eyes is looking very light filled. Thank you. That's a high compliment, you know. I was studying some Eric Larson last night. This particular stuff is my favorite of Eric Larson's work. This and Dragon, probably Dragon 1 through 10. But this stuff is just so high energy. The gestures are great. Little blocky and clunky, but the energy is what it's about. That's my favorite part about his stuff. This is Scott McDaniel, not McDonald's. The burgers are mine. No, the rhymes are mine. The burgers are Ronald's. Okay, let's. I did not like his Mary Jane either. All right, so let's jump into this. I'm gonna go grab that pencil. Where did I put the cat? Here it is. Here we go. All right, we're putting music on. That's the only reason I have the headphone in the first place. It's not like there's people coming in. No co-host. Here we go. Let's start it off with this one. Now, I think Sniper would be the first one I get into as far as the drawing. And again, I use this reference sheet. Even though all that stuff is on there, it's just making sure like the pouches are the right kind of pouch and the grenades are the right amount of grenades and all that stuff. You'd think I'd have it in my head, but there's so much going on. What's up over to Lion Ratting over there on Twitch? The only downside, this is why I brought up the model that I'm using. The only downside is at this resolution, I think it maxes out at 26 layers, which is why most of my double pagers and things are done on this iPad right here, which is a 2021 iPad Pro. But I prefer, if I was asked, I prefer the original iPad. There's something about it that I just like more. Good morning, Michael Green, Eric El Wapo. Hello, Paul. I reached out to my friend Rob over at Borderlands to see if he's going to put up a link for those shirts. You guys also, everybody is either on Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, or YouTube. You can get all of these brushes, these FragaBoom brushes right here for free. You can download them and get them. All right, so I think what we're going to do is work on Sniper's face first. I feel comfortable in that. We'll rename it to Sniper 1. And then let's see, where is that? Sniper rough gear, Sniper rough. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. There's normal. There it is. Normal. Just wanted to bring it down a tiny bit. There we go. Looking at it, sometimes it's worth flipping your canvas just to see, yeah, this face is working, you know. So let's get in there. Again, this brush is gated, which means that it is made for this resolution of page. So I'm not drawing anything too big or too small. This brush is just right for the size of the drawing. Like this right here, right about there. If this was a real, yeah, a little bit 8.5 by or 11 by 17. There, that is the size. If this was a real deal piece of paper, this is what the size I would be working at. So you can see that the pencil is pretty much like a sharp pencil, unless I move it to its side and do that sort of thing. Ooh, I'll erase that eyebrow. Just feel the shape of that face. again, when I'm working on this stuff, I've heard inkers say, "Oh, it's just lines," but I think it's a funny thing to say. Like they are just lines, of course, but when I'm working on this stuff, I'm not thinking about lines. I'm thinking about like a sculpture almost, like where the light is hitting it, and that there's forms. There are forms that are being pulled out. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll be periodically checking the chat. Is the music level okay? I can't ever tell because I hear the music, but I don't hear what I sound like in. See, that's too square. I don't like that. It needs to come in a little more there. That needs to come around. Needs to come back a little. Again, this is all sculpture, you know. I use the stubble on Sniper almost as like a stippling in a way to show you the shape of the light falling back, and kind of like how it is there. Nice guy. That's awesome. If you guys are into pinball machines, there's a really great show in Tennessee in the beginning of November called Music City Multicon, and they not only have vintage machines, but they also have new stuff. Like I think my favorite one was the James Bond. That one was a lot of fun. One of these days, I'm gonna just go direct to ink, digital ink, What's up, Luke? Yeah, I know, man. Nice guy. I saw that. That is incredible. That's called growth. That's a wonderful thing to have in any business. Big congrats to him on that. Anytime you can get your campaigns to do better than the last, that's tough to do. Especially like music, comic books, movies, One of the things I learned, especially working in story boards and working that I brought to my comics is the ideal of eyeline. The idea of eye lines, like our eyeballs are like this, and a lot of times when people draw them, they put the pupil in the same place in the same eye, and it doesn't really work that way because these are two balls that are tracking something. So this one, if it's looking, say, over this way, let's say it's looking at this. Well, in order for this eye to look at this, this is going to be slightly farther away. So then when you have somebody looking that direction, you adjust for the fact that it's a sphere. Little tidbits. Nike that. All right, we're gonna switch over to stream music. There we go. Anything positive come out of SC Comic Con? All kinds of fun came out of SC Comic Con. I got to see friends, say sorry to some friends, things like that. What else? you know, hanging out with John Romita Jr. wasn't a terrible thing. Meeting Giancarlo Esposito, that wasn't terrible. Meeting Vicki Lawrence, that was pretty cool. Telling Priscilla Presley she has beautiful eyes, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of good came out of that show. There we go. And see this? Now that I see it back normal, I feel like this jaw needs to be brought back slightly. Look at that, right there. That's the good thing about digital. That's like my favorite part about digital. What's up, J-Bot? What's up, Rick Sailor? You know, it's good to see you fellas. And the ladies that are here too. Again, thinking about the way these shapes move. And his emotion is very much like holy crap, you know, like what he's seeing out there. What the F? Let's see how that's looking. Yeah, that's looking good. Might want to close this eye a little more. There we go. Get in there with that eraser. Pull a little bit more white in that eye. Make them Sanpaku eyes. I just learned that phrase the other day. New words. That's right. That's right. That it's super duper important. Eyeline. Anime. Who's that behind me? That is Doug. It's not just Doug, but it's the Doug. That's how I actually knew Doug before I knew Doug. There's a restaurant here in Macon called Akmogi, and they used to have a game. The previous owners used to have this game with these stickers, which was called Find the Doug, and they had hidden 10 of these stickers, which were basically a silhouette of Doug, throughout the restaurant. And if you found all 10, you get free beer. And it took me 2 times, 2 visits, but instead of the free beer, I got this token. But nonetheless, Doug came to the Macon Comic Con one day when I was there signing, and I was like, wait a minute, you're the Doug. So that's his. That is he's forever the Doug. I was on a show last night. It was a really fun show. If you guys aren't subbed to this channel already, it's a guy named John's Longbox, and what a fun show. We talked a lot all over the place about different things, and I'm hoping that I can come back and talk more. We talked a bit about comics, a bit about everything really, movies, being kids. He's a couple years older than me. He said he's 56. I'll be 52. A lot of shared experiences with people born in the end of the 60s, late 70s. Guys like Andy Smith. Andy Smith's got 4 years on me too, but that guy, we're like brothers in that we had such a sort of shared experiences as far as childhood is concerned. What's up, Tank Ferret? Good to see you. Thank you, Marcus Killigrew. Marcus is one of the great admins here, and also he's a moderator over at John's. Really fun show, no nonsense, just comics and such. Just a good time. So there we go. You got that in there. Love doing snipers. I love doing this tech because, again, I told you guys I like that retro futurism, I think is what somebody had called it. Retro futurism. It's where it looks like it was made in the 80s or the late 70s, but you know, its use is sort of futuristic, kind of like what you saw in the first Alien movie with Ridley Scott. Try to think, like, if this was functional, how would it work? You know, all that stuff's that way. And I think where I got the bug from, outside of the fact that my dad was a electronics technician. That's what he did. He did it for Contra Costa County. Fixed a lot of like police radios and you know, he designed the alarm system for the courthouse there in Martinez. I was always around a lot of analog equipment, and you know, seeing their guts laying around, and just thinking, like, how cool, maybe you could make a time machine or some shit like that. Just, you know, childhood fantasies. But I think that, and then also big one would be Terry Gilliam, of course, because movies like Brazil, 12 Monkeys, that aesthetic really hit me in a way that, well, I guess the perfect way I can say it is the thing I was talking. There's Angela. Good morning. The thing that I was talking to John's Long Box about last night, because we were talking about what do I do for a living, you know, and I can say kind of in a funny way, oh, I make stuff up. You know, I make stuff up for a living. My job is to make stuff up. But if I had to tie it down to like what I actually do is I'm trying to manifest and recreate that excitement feeling that I got as a kid when I'd see certain comic books or certain movies. I feel like it's my job to recreate that. So, of course, I'll just go in and put the things that make me feel that way in my own work, and hopefully, you know, what do they say? If you want to be truthful in your art, we talked about this last night too. He asked me who my influences were, you know, and the thing is if you want to be truthful in your own art, you kind of have to make your own decisions as far as what you love, right? And for a brief period of time, while working at Extreme Studios, I can say I fell into the trap of trying to apply what other people thought was cool, you know, like kind of instead of being a leader, being reactive, you know, which is just, as an artist, that's a terrible place to be. You should always just be creating from the heart and making things that make you happy. You know what I'm saying? That is the thing. J-Bot, what do you got here? He says $5 auction tonight on my channel. Lots of doodles and drawings starting at $5. That's amazing. 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Come and hang out. J-Bot, the Mighty Bot Studios. You guys, if you guys have a link for J-Bot, actually, J-Bot, you're a good dude, trustworthy dude. I'm gonna do something right now for you. Turn the volume down because we don't need that. My channel, and then it says I'm streaming. And let me find you. Hold on, J-Bot. Add. There you go. Welcome our new moderator, JBot, MightyBot Studios. Feel free to put your link in the chat, buddy. That way people can see it and come to it. What up, Tree Goblin? Good to see you. But yeah, that's like for me, that is probably the most important thing is just making myself happy, drawing something that makes me excited. You know, somebody was very complimentary to some of the artwork that I posted on the update. They said that, you know, the stuff feels like it's moving, and that, I mean, that is for me high praise, because it's, you know, when you get a compliment on something that you're making a concerted effort to do, it means so much more. You know, when someone goes, "Oh man, that's dope," I appreciate that. But when you go, "Oh man, that's dope," you know, I really like the way the motion is, or the aesthetics, or the energy of the page, or whatever. It just feels good hearing those things, because, like I said, those are aims, like goals for at least art goals, you know. So this here, I'm thinking of this kind of like one of those military straps. I'm not even thinking about light source at this point. Obviously, I think I put one coming in from frame left, which is a really common place to put your light. You look at like some Rob Willis artwork. He quite often puts his still feels like it needs to be here. Oh. He'll put his light source there, you know, because you can almost predict things a little easier, you know, because our eyes see that sort of natural light. The direct overhead usually only happens in artificial situations, or when you're inside. What up, 3050? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for the package. It is right over there. I'll get that sketch in for you. I haven't been able to look at the contents, but I know you said you threw some extras in there, so big thank you for the extras. I'm looking forward to checking them out. But again, you guys, if you wanted me to reiterate exactly what I'm saying regarding art, is make art that you want to look at. Don't even, like, the audience will be there. You don't have to cater to the new hot thing, you know. Hey, I'm gonna homage this Spider-Man 300 cover. I'm gonna do the Spider-Man 1 cover. I'm gonna do the Hulk 341 cover. Like, that's cool, you know, and that, you know, people will be like, oh, that's a fun version of that. But I say, analyze the reasons you liked that thing in the first place. You know, what was it about it that made you feel happy, or feel that energy, and then from there you can, you know, make your own decisions. I had somebody ask me on Twitter yesterday about my he said, you know, Frega, you changed so much since the days of Extreme. You know, you used to be like a 90s guy, but now you got like that Kim Jong-gi 2.0, you know, and I said, yeah, it actually stemmed from the fact I couldn't really fathom how he was doing what he was doing. And then I asked myself, well, why? What is it about it that I can't do? And not only that, but finding the reasons, and then once you have discovered those reasons, you can find ways to eliminate the problems. And that's what I did. That's as far as the Jung-gi, you know, drawing without drawing without layouts and such. It was, you know, that sort of thing. So, and what was funny is after becoming friends with Jung-gi and talking to him about, you know, his process and everything, I realized, and he realized that, like, yeah, we arrived at the same destination, but we took completely different different paths. Like his solutions were a whole lot different than mine were. So we got to the same place, but through different methods, which, again, if I tried it his way, I quite possibly might not have succeeded, because that was that worked for him, you know. You can see here that I'm copy pasting grenade shapes. This is to, you know, keep them consistent, obviously, but I'm not copy pasting the rendering, because that's what's going to make them different. Thinking about the space in which they would be, the clusters they'd be in, and also overall shape of things. So I want to pull that in right about there, and then we're going to paste, well, erase those parts out. Hey, fellas, the bug. Yeah, I do believe we're going to do a part 2. We just had too much fun and you know, didn't get as much info out as we had hoped we would. But yeah, wonderful time. John's a whole lot of fun to hang out with, and he's got a book himself, you guys. If you want to check that out. And a fun trailer too. Romance, and even Heroes Need Romance was sort of the thing of that. So okay, so now we've got our grenade cluster. I'm going to merge down, merge down, and now we've got that cluster, and we're going to be able to let's do freeform. See where I want these, just balance wise. They may have been fine where they were. Let's see. I know you guys are like, what? It's so small of a thing. It is, but it isn't. All right. Now what I'll do, because of the overlap of this pouch, you get in there and take out the lines of the grenades, and then we merge that into the line art, save us some RAM and time, and all that. Heroic Tales, there you go, by John. That's John's long box. The world needs a hero sacrifice. His family needs their father's protection. So he's over there on Fun My Comics, you guys. You want to give it a look. You know, I think he's gonna be on Katie's on Monday. So if you want to see him give his pitch over there, I think he's going to be over there on Monday. I think they kind of set that up during the show. So, you know, if you're not subbed, go sub over there and you know, get those notifications so you can watch John talk about his book. Other books that are out. Well, one that I got at the show. Well, I got it before the show, but I got it autographed at the show. I got Choreograph the Awakening, which is in fulfillment. I think they still have some books left, if I'm not mistaken, that you can pick up. So go over to Indiegogo, look up Choreograph the Awakening by Andy Smith and Dennis Turner, and find yourself a really fun book. All right, so we're getting into the shoulder pad here, and then we'll get in on the edit to adjust it to be more of the shape I need it to be. See, just the changing of this changes the energy of the pose and the arm. What's up, Anthony Perone? Good to see you, pal. Right. Let's see this here. I think that does it. Get in there and clean up a little, since we did it in that same layer. And we've got the black flag here. This never has to be perfect, because I always think of it that it's been battle damaged somehow. You know, shoulder pads. We got to thank our friend Rob Liefeld for popularizing shoulder pads in comics. Really cool little accessory. It makes them look bigger and tougher. I mean, if we had to, we can thank also Axe and Smash. You guys remember them, the wrestlers Axe and Smash? They wore the pads and it made them look bigger. But the Road Warriors, that's what they were called. All right, there's that. Then we're going to get into the bullet shells. These are always a lot of fun. We're going to need to make a separate layer for that. I want to say thanks to the 115 people watching right now. If you get a chance, hit that like button. It'll help get the word out for the channel. So now we're doing shotgun shells, right? I don't make them exactly perfect, even though they could be, almost like we did with the grenades, right? But this, we're trying to think of this thing as it wraps around his body, so it's going to get a bit of a turn. Imagine like Coke cans or whatever on an assembly line that are moving around a corner. So the shape of the shell, or at least the orientation of it, is going to be a little different. So as it goes away like this, we get that sort of fall away of the shells. These wrap up and around the back. That come up this way. Alright, and then we're gonna go for another 15 minutes, because I'm gonna cook lunch here right after this. And you can stay for lunch if you want. I'm making steaks and rice. Cool. Right on. So here we go again. We're just trying to make sure that these have sort of a logic to them as far as the way they fall. They're individual, but you're also thinking of them bunched together, you know, on a bandolier or whatever. A little bit of overlap, so you get the idea that these are moving around. I feel like these right here need a little more poke in the silhouette. You know, breaking up the silhouette a little stronger. So I'm gonna do that. Get a bit of a harder silhouette there against that edge. Maybe even bust this one a little little deeper into the silhouette as well, since that grenade's no longer there. A lot of design, man. A lot of design. How much was it? That wasn't Jungle Boogie. It was Brick House, and from Commodores, and we didn't clear it because Larry Stucker. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. What's up, Kanan? How are you? Good to see you, man. All right, and now we're gonna do the bandolier, but we're gonna do it in a separate layer because I want it to have that arch to it. See how we're already in the edit of the arc, whatever. I'm thinking that it's there, maybe. Right, and then what I'll do here is copy paste. We have a similar arc as well, but we're gonna adjust it that, and then merge that down, and then get in there with, let's distort that a little bit. Let's go to warp. This is, again, one of the reasons I enjoy digital so much is you can really sculpt and play with ideas. A little big chunk. And now we go in to the bandolier and erase out parts that we wouldn't see because the shells are blocking the view of said belt. Right, so now we got that. Not much. I could have done that by hand, but at least we know this is feeling pretty accurate. Merge this down into the bandolier. Merge down. And then the cool thing about the bandolier is, like I said, we put it on a separate layer. We could get in there and do all kinds of stuff with it. We're not going to do that. See, now I can change the energy and the swing of that of that bandolier. So I'm looking at his gesture. A lot of times the first time is the right one, right? That right there. But to me, it doesn't feel kinetic enough. So that's why I will mess with it slightly. And right now I'm looking over at the screen there. So then we got this versus this. Static, in motion, because it goes with the flow of the pouch bag. Now I can come into this. I feel good with the quote-unquote gesture of the bandolier. That I'll merge it down. We still haven't gone in and put the details yet, you know. What's up? Thank you, Pravant Gulati. Good to see you. I recognize you from Twitter. Did you get throat kicked? I didn't. I got neck surgery though, so I got a titanium plate here. So I don't know. Maybe it's bulletproof. I don't know. Hey, okay, here, Frega, why do you stop drawing traditional? It seems out of character for you as an original art collector. Well, that's the thing, is we're doing tradition. Anyway, we start analog, right? So I will start with, say, like a sketch. Like I still draw every day. Like this was a sketch from last night. I was just doing some cartooning and whatnot, and trying out some new brushes, and I still draw every single day on paper, And most of my ideas that I do for this start on paper, but then I bring them in digitally because of the fact that I can have a bit more, lot more options. Like, for example, Andy Smith asked me to draw him a commission of First Man, and I was really happy with it. But he had asked, "Hey, can you make the head on it about 10% smaller?" And if it was, a digital breakdown, I could just grab it and reduce it. But instead, I had to erase it and try to redraw it and capture the spirit of the original version, which has never really happened. So the reason I got into digital is to have that sort of flexibility, and they're still an original because these get blue lined and they go to an inker. Or if I do some digital inks, it'll probably be partial digital inks. I'll still print it out and finish it. So there would be originals for it. But also, as an art collector, I mostly collect prelims. So, yeah. Hey, thank you, Kuntohare. That's it. Digital is faster and more art gets made. That could do it. That can do it. I am cybernetic. I was worried though. I thought maybe I was gonna go off at the metal detector at the airport, but thank goodness it didn't happen. All right, so now that there was some distortion on these, which is okay. Now we come in with the extra details. There we go. See, that needs a fix because it's a little wonky. So we get in there, fix that one up. Fix the distortion on the top there. Then there's where the firing pin, or the whatever you call that part. I know it's the firing pin hits it, whatever it is. What's it called?
Primer.
Primer. Thank you. Doug knows. So yeah, draw the primers in here, and here's the other side of the bandolier. Tighten that up a little bit. Again, the workflow on digital, Jasper, it allows me to oh, gotta fix rich people houses. All right, great to see you, Jasper. Great seeing you, buddy. And thank you to the 130 people watching. If you get a chance, hit that like button, help the channel out. We got 2 channels going right now. We got Couch Doodles going. We got the FragaBoom going. Also, we're on YouTube. Not just YouTube. What am I saying? Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. You can find me as, I believe, FragaBoom on Twitch, and then on Twitter, both FragaBoom and Couch Doodles. And then on Instagram, you can find me Couch Doodles, as well as FragaBoom 23. All right, where did we say the lighting was coming from? I don't remember those too much. So the light's up here. These will have a little more light hitting them, so hit the undersides. This. All right, this further from the light. Put a little more rendering on these. Give you a little bit more of a sense here. And take these out. We can see kind of how it's looking, nice and clean. Get in there with some more values, right? So boom, here, 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 there. Since this is away from the light, make that part darker. So now we get a real sense of lighting on that. Johnny Rando asked, do I foresee any problems with the Chinese tariffs in the production of Black Flag? No, though I did have some worries about the Canadian tariffs, because that's my printer happens to be up in Canada. You know, that of course was the main fear was the Canadian tariffs. Light is here, so we're gonna do the lines like that. So there, bit of light here, bit of light here. This casts a shadow, that casts a shadow. So this is only gonna get the light here. This will get a bit of the light here. So then do this, take this to the line, but we keep that same. See that? And we just wrap around. We wrap around the shape, moving with the contour of it. Same with this side. We want some reflective lighting. I don't know. Possibly. We'll see how that goes. No, I think taking it to the edge is probably the best bet. This is the shadow. So there's a seam there. I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. We're going to be wrapping the show up here in a minute. You know, what's up, Art and Times of Jay Ryan? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not sure where Canada gets their paper. I just know that all the best stuff came out of there. You know, The Dark Knight came out of Quebecor, which is in Montreal, I believe. And that's you know, my contact, who has since passed away. He was the guy who helped put together the printing specs for The Dark Knight, which is really what I wanted out of Black Flag. I wanted it to have that sort of profile and feel to it, that when it had that premium feel. So that's why I decided to go with who I went with. You know, and then price was good too, but price was secondary to that. A little bit of an edge light here, so that kind of signifies that that's not just flat, but it's got a little bit of a shadow to it. So boom, got the lighting on the grenades. Now we're going to get into this. This is made out of like a, I don't know. I just think of like a durable material, like a hard plastic, or even like cast iron. I always think of cast iron. That shit would be heavy as hell though. All right, let me finish this shoulder pad, and then we're gonna close out with some bacon and thank yous. I want to thank everybody who's here. Thank everybody who had sent the super chat. Oh, that's right. Thank you, man. Thank you, Joe. It's been so long. Axe and Smash for Demolition, Road Warriors were Hawk and Animal. The Warriors had the football shoulder pads, and Demolition didn't have pads. Thank you. Thank you. That is the official old age mixing up stuff from 40 years ago. But yes, thank you. The Road Warriors, they come out to play. Again, going along with the curvature of this shoulder pad with the rendering, trying to sculpt the form. Fill in the Black Flag. A little bit of shadow and shine on this to signify that it has a bit of a bevel. See that? just enough. Bring all this in. Just needs to have a cast shadow. Cast shadow. Cast shadow. There we go. All right, you guys. Thank you for being here. There we go. There will not be a steak and rice lunch stream, but one of these days, when we're caught up on the book, we'll be doing some cooking streams, some music making streams, and all that. Now you want steak? Well, I'm making one. You guys have a wonderful day. We will catch you here, hopefully tomorrow, if it's possible. It might actually. Tomorrow is not possible. I'm doing. Check this out. I'm gonna pull it up over here, or no, I can pull it up on my iPad. I keep forgetting about that. The screen is shared. Middle Georgia University, April. I'm just typing my name in there. Boom. There you go. Accept all cookies. Here we go. Where is it at? Friday, April 11th. Iron Bar, Stay Valuable, 11:30, Art Complex Theater. The Student Interdisciplinary Conference presents Dan Fraga. I'm a comic book artist who worked on Spider-Man, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, what I'm going to be doing is giving a keynote speech at Middle Georgia State University tomorrow. So we're not gonna be streaming. I'm gonna be doing that. But anyhow, you guys have a great day, great weekend. We will see you soon. Bacon.